Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Going to do a quick draft because that's all the coins I have. Apparently, Zendikar Rising is going to be over in 35 hours. I don't keep up with what they're changing stuff to, so I don't know what it's going to be after that. I'm not very good at drafting, FYI. Please give me any and all suggestions in the comments of what I can do better. So that I can learn and hopefully get better at it because it's my favorite thing to do. Okay, Swarm Shambler is actually in my +1/+1 counters deck that I love so much. I know that in this format it wants to be Golgari. I guess we could try that, although there is a Relic Amulet and a Core Celebrant, both of which I like. I also like Bubble Snare a lot, but I'm going to go with the Swarm Shambler just because I think it's a really good card, and when it works very well. Ooh, the Jerboa is good too for Landfall, even though it doesn't really go with our first pick, but let's see, what else do we have that goes with it? Anything? The Oblivion's Hunger, I guess, but that usually wheels each time. I don't want to commit super early to the +1/+1 counters deck. There's also Royal Eruption, which is an excellent card. The Stomper is pretty good too. I think I'm going to take the Jerboa though because I don't see it very often. I know the bots draft it really highly. Okay, so what do we have in this pack? Visionary is just kind of blah. Death Touch Rogue is pretty good. Mind Drain's pretty good. Glacial Grasp. I like the Rebirth though. Guarantees you an extra creature. And it's a flip land. Wow. Very heavily red pack here. The Blight Priest is an excellent card. Probably going to take that out of everything else in this pack. Definitely not on the Boros deck as we've been going, although those are both good cards for it. And I think I saw another warrior in a different pack. The Teeter Peak Ambusher's alright, but I'm taking the Blight Priest here. It's just an all-around super good card. Ooh, Roiling Regrowth is a great card for any kind of landfall deck. If we could pick up a Scute Swarm in the next pack or something, that could be fantastic. The only other decent cards, Sky Dancer is okay. Adventure Awaits has actually performed decently for me too. We got the Raptor, which is a flyer that can also help with the landfall deck with Jerboa, but I think I'm taking Regrowth here. Oh wow, another Blight Priest. Yep, I'll just pick that up. I don't really like any of the cards in this pack. The Silencer can be an okay curve topper, although I don't really like it because we're not doing the party deck. The Sneak is okay. I think I'm going to take the Zendikar here because it can also, if that land is killed, it can come back to your hand and you can enable landfall again. This can be okay for fixing. Maybe if we want to splash white for the Jerboa. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. There's another landfall payoff in the Dreadworm, but it's pretty expensive. I think we'll go with the Blight. Broken Wings has overperformed. I know everybody thinks it's a crappy card. It's 3 mana for an instant, so you have to hold that up pretty much, but there are a lot of flyers in this format. And so many times I've been like, man, I wish I could just destroy that. Or Felidar Retreat, which just pumps all of their creatures every turn and makes them vigilant. I like the Relic Amulet, though. We don't currently have any instants or sorceries apart from Roiling Regrowth, but in case we pick some up, I think that's the best card. Alright, now we'll take the Hunger, since we're kind of doing the +1/+1 thing. Guess we'll take Smite the Monstrous here if we're splashing white. I don't like these cards. This is probably just going to be trash in the sideboard. Oh yes, that is an excellent card. Although it goes in the Cleric's deck, I'm going to take it because I only have one of these, I think. Oh no, wait, I just did an entire deck based on those, so maybe I'll take the Landfall Axe instead. Although, man, that's a good card to have in draft. But it does tend to get Feed the Swarmed and stuff pretty quickly too. It kind of hurts not taking that. Vine Gecko is a super awesome card. I don't think we have any kicker cards currently because that is not what we were trying to draft. So yeah, there's no point really in me taking it right now. There's the Royal Eruption again, but we're pretty far away from red at this point. Deadly Alliance. Got 2 clerics and that's it. So I think we'll just go for the Visionary, even though it's a boring card. Wow, another regrowth. Maybe the bots have changed how they draft things. Oh, Blood Priest. Another excellent card. Gnarlid Colony, though, does synergize with our +1/+1s, but I think the bots draft this a lot higher than they draft the Gnarlid Colony, so we're going to go with the Blood Priest. Kind of wish that we had done the Orzhov Clerics deck, but okay. These Constrictors are helping with the +1/+1s. They're giving all of our +1/+1 creatures menace. This is going to help with our landfall. We kind of have 2 strategies going right now. The +1/+1 counters and landfall deck. I like +1/+1 counters better. I think it's harder to get rid of. I think the opponent has a harder time handling it because usually the +1/+1 counters benefits more than one creature, whereas landfall, you don't tend to draft all of your creatures that are enabling landfall, and of course if you miss a land drop, then those are pretty useless cards. This could be okay, but currently I'm pretty sure the only thing I still have is clerics. Okay, so that is for the Izzet deck, which we're very far away from. Warriors deck, nope. Sajiri Shelter could be okay. That could be okay for the +1/+1. Could be good for fixing. Got another Dauntless Survivor down here, or a Scythe Cat. I think I'm going to take a Scythe Cat. They've performed very well for me whenever I've played them. Nahiri's Binding is probably the pick here, although I do like the Celebrant for splashing white. This is a bit greedy actually with 2 white pips. I don't know that I'm going to run it. Another Gecko. Palaka Predation's okay. Demon's Disciple can be useful, but again, we're not doing the Clerics deck, so I'm not going to take it, I don't think. Another Regrowth. If we can enable this Landfall deck, it's going to be a heck of a deck. There's another +1/+1 where you can also play an additional land per turn, so that's kind of the perfect card. Okay, do we want Reclaim the Wastes here? No, because that goes into your hand, whereas Regrowth goes straight to the battlefield. Wow, the Clerics deck would have been good. We're going to go with our Bat. Do I take a Cleric? Yes, I think that'll enable a good Curve Topper, and it'll also help out with the +1/+1s. Rogue with Reach is probably not playable in this deck. So we did end up picking up quite a few instant and sorceries that will enable the Relic Amulet. Alright. Let's see what our deck looks like. Wow, we're pretty split on creatures and non-creatures currently. Need to take a few cards out. So that Binding with its 2 white pips, it's a really good card, but I don't know if it justifies that much mana fixing for it. Palaka Predation, we can cut a swamp for that. Let's see, we have 2 Scythe Cats, which I think are both important. Do we need 4 regrowths? I don't know. That is going to help us find our white mana, though. I think we're going to cut the blight there. Oh, there's another rebirth. Forgot about that one. I think we're going to cut the blood priest. Just because all I have are warriors and priests. We don't really have any life gain in the deck. So I think I'll cut all the priests and just focus on the +1/+1s and Landfall. I think I'm going to cut that and add in the reach creature. Yeah, don't need Strength of Solidarity. Just because we really don't have 1 cleric, 1 rogue, 2 warriors. Yeah, we're not doing the party thing. So I feel like I don't have enough land. I know I have 2 flip lands, but I might want to play those as their spells because we have this relic amulet. And if the relic amulet gets removed, are those really going to be worth it? I don't know. Also, is it worth running a couple more lands because we have these regrowths? Because if our scythe cats get taken out early, then those regrowths aren't really going to do a whole lot except ramp us to possibly kick the Gloom Hunter. Man, I don't know how this deck's going to work out. I think I'm going to add a couple more lands back in. Let's see. I guess I could cut the cleric. If I can keep these constrictors out though and give all of these creatures menace, I think that's going to be pretty important. Whirling Regrowth makes us sack a land, which I forgot about. So I think I'm just going to add 1 more of every land. Let's see how this goes. I know I have more cards than I should in the deck, but with all those regrowths, and we might end up just cutting a regrowth or 2 if it doesn't work out, but I'll give it a try. I don't think I've done this style of deck before. I usually draft a party deck of some sort because that's kind of the key mechanic in Zendikar Rising. Oh, come on, Arena. Why are you being buggy? Oh, I hope this doesn't mess us up too bad. Okay, there we go. So, as I suspected, quite a few lands in the opening hand. Not a ton of interaction, but these are at least cheap. So we can get something out early. Kind of wish I had drafted the clerics deck, but can't do anything about it now. The last time I drafted this set, I actually drafted 2 completely different decks. I drafted the Boros Warriors and the Orzhov Clerics. There were enough overlaps. Oh crap, I forgot to play a forest. I gotta stop talking every time I play. So it looks like they might be on a Landfall deck also. Anyway, I drafted enough overlap cards, particularly the white clerics, that I was able to do both sets, and I tried I tried the cleric's deck first because I thought, oh, well, the cleric's deck's got to be the best, right? But I lost, and so I was like, okay, I'm going to completely flip, and I switched all my cards to the Boros cards, and then I went like 4-1, I think, or 4-2, because then I lost. I have only one time gotten to 7 wins in a draft, and that was recently in the Guilds of Ravnica draft. I'm not sure what draft they're putting up next, like I said, but I really enjoy them, and I hope it's something fun. Ooh, that's a good card. That was a good card for them to pick up. That would have been good in our deck, too. That was fun. Probably should have done that while they were tapped out, or while all their creatures were tapped. It was still pretty fun, though. Well, so much for the pickaxe. Luckily, though, oh, excuse me, I'm tired. I'm recording this pretty late. Luckily, though, they didn't do anything about our Jerboa. I would have liked to pick up a Feed the Swarm in one of our packs, but if it was in there, I either didn't see it or there was something better in the pack for our strategy. Am I gonna regrowth this time? No, because I'm not gonna regrowth this time. That was kind of dumb. Yeah, because now they can double block, and he's not gonna kill either one of them. Oh well, got 2 more damage in. I really want them to attack into us, so then we can hit back for a bunch of damage. So they're just going to gain some life off their regrowth. That was my dog. I don't know if you guys heard him. He wants me to play Frisbee with him in the house, which sometimes I do. Now they'll all kill their things. And they can't double block and kill anything. Well, now they can. They're gonna kill my little Jerboa. Poor guy. Smart on their part. But we don't have any graveyard recursion either. Might have been something good to pick up. Can't remember if we kept the cleric or not. We probably should have, since we have 3 colors of mana. Sadly, my Dreadworm's not going to get pumped up. He would just become indestructible, so attacking wouldn't do anything other than tap him. Yeah, we didn't pick up the Ox. I thought it was just too high of a cost. I guess I should have thought about it, though, when the game goes long like this and you have all this mana and nothing to do with it. Kind of hurts. Oh, there we go. That's a payoff. My Gloom Hunter would be nice to see right about now. Even though they have a reach creature. Well, that's that game over. We need to reevaluate some things. I thought we were doing pretty good there, but as soon as one piece gets taken out, it's like the whole thing kind of collapses. So maybe need to take out a couple of regrowths, like I thought. And maybe take out a couple lands. And then, do I want to add in maybe a visionary and maybe an Oblivion's Hunger? I don't know. I feel like it's late and I'm not making good decisions. Yeah, that Nahiri's Binding would have been nice to find early. I feel like we didn't see any of our other cards the whole game. Or maybe it's just because every time I went and fetched a land, it got reshuffled and everything went back to the bottom. Our opponent took a mulligan. Let's see what they're playing. Oop. Okay. They might be on Gruul. Landfall. I need to get something out. Let's see. Guess we'll get him out. Get the Snare Caster out next, just because he has more toughness. Unless we draw a white. We need a black mana for our Constrictor, so that our creatures start to have menace. Then I can also put one on the Snarecaster with Scaled Lights. gonna pump up the hellhound. Our Jerboa is nice, but we don't have any lands. This will draw us a card, so... This is unfortunate. Feels very slow. I still have 17 lands in the deck, so I'm a little surprised that I haven't been able to hit our next land drop. Hopefully, now that our opponent is down to one card, they're going to slow down a bit and we can start to ramp up. I'm a little surprised they're attacking with everything. I'm going to trade with the Vanguard here. Okay. Still no land. That's pretty depressing. Still not a land. I'm dead next turn. I guess unless they don't have another land in hand, but that was a crappy game. What am I doing wrong? Like I said, I am very open to suggestions and help. We do have that cleric in there. See, guys, I still have 17 lands in there. Why was that so hard to find a land? Guess I'll cut a survivor and maybe a... What do I cut here? Smite the Monstrous. Because we need to be a little faster of a deck, so... I don't know. Hope we can at least get one win in. We're waiting for quite a bit here. While we're waiting, let's say hi to my friends at MTG Players Group on Facebook. They're a great group of people. Help you with all the questions that you could have. Originally started by Tampa Bay Game Hub. They're a great group of people, and the link to their page will be in the description. Alright. Finally got some... Sadly, that is a very expensive card, and nothing really... I'm mulligan this, actually. Okay, that's a little better. I think we'll bottom the Snarecaster. Just needed some early interaction here. could kill our constructive. Either they didn't count very well, or they have some other special plan that I don't know about. Or they just wanted to keep their nectar pot up for the life gain. They want to attack with their Risen Riptide. That was kind of a silly card to return because we had only pumped that once, whereas this has been pumped 3 times. This is going to be nice. Let's see. Do I want to kick this right now? I think we have enough to kick it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, because we don't have double black, so do this instead. Well, that's unfortunate. Little do they know. Maybe I'll put him out anyway. Just as a cheapie. They don't have anything with reach. Good. Get your big blocker out of the way. I feel like this is just a long game now. We're both just kind of waiting to see who's going to jump first. Push that attack all button. Well. Alright, thanks for watching the draft. Unfortunately, it was not a good one. Like I said, I do not claim to be good at the draft. But I do want to get better, so please send me any tips in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll get to play another one soon. Thanks. Bye.